I guess what are the disagreements, and then we'll get to that because I have.
Okay. The
I just wanna make sure-
disagreement, yeah, the disagreements are the possession and access or visitation schedule. The disagreement is the geographical restriction for Ms. Martin and the child Ezra. And the final issue is what the last name should be for Ezra.
Ms. Hernandez, you may proceed with the agreements and proceed with testimony.
Thank you, Your Honor. The first agreement is that current child support beginning December 1st of 2023 shall be $1,032 a month. Medical support beginning December 1st, 2023 shall be $126.
Is that reimbursement or cash medical?
Cash medical. And the parties agree that back child support between March 1st of 2022 through 11/30/23 before any deductions which the court may grant is $21,000.
How are you doing it through the end of a month that hasn't passed?
Well, through today's date.
Okay.
Through 11/8. I apologize.
Okay, and what is that amount again?
$21,000 before any deductions the court may rule on. So March 1st, 2022 till November 8th, 23. Thank you. The parties agreed to a non-disclosure for Ms. Martin's address and private information to be kept out of the order. When the time comes, the parties agree to exchange the child at the Kemah Police Department. The parties agreed to an injunction regarding Mr. De La Garza, no alcohol or illegal drugs 12 hours prior to and during his possession and access or visitation with his son Ezra. The parties agreed to mutual drug testing, wherein the party who requests the drug testing would give 2 days notice to the other side and pay for the drug test, and that it be held at a convenient location. And that if the person taking the drug test fails, then they have to reimburse the requester the amount of the test. The parties agree to managing conservator and possessory conservator. Mr. De La Garza, are these your agreements so far on the record?
Yes, so far.
Ms. Martin, are these your agreements so far on the record?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, at this time, may I
have one question before you begin. Did you say that last names were an issue?
Well, the child's last, I'm sorry, it's an AOP. The last name is Martin. Sorry,
Yeah.
It's not a paternity. Never
Do they
mind.
understand that? Because they are expecting it to be an issue.
Mr. De La Garza, are you in agreement with keeping the last name Martin, which is on the acknowledgement of paternity?
At this time?
At this time?
Yes.
And you, Ms. Martin, are you in agreement with keeping it as Martin?
Yes.
All right, so we'll remove that issue, Your Honor. That's an agreement. I apologize.
Okay. And it's not even something, just so it's more clear than that, I don't put that in the order. It's not something I can rule on. It's not pled for, and it's not before me since there's an acknowledgement of paternity. So if you all at some point wish to deal with the name change, that would be in a separate legal action.
Correct. That's correct, yeah.
Okay, thank you. You may proceed.
All right, at this time, I'll call Mr. De La Garza. Mr. De La Garza, what type, first of all, do you have any other children?
Yes, I got 2 daughters, and they're all grown up. And they don't, yeah, so that's it.
So I was having trouble hearing you. Maybe I need headphones because it's very muffled. I don't know if it's because people are interrupting each other or.
Right.
It could be my cough too. I'm trying to mute. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, I just spilled. Okay, give me one moment to get everything.
Sure.
Okay, if you could please start again, I'll see if I can hear better.
Okay, thank you. Mr. De La Garza, how many other children do you have and how old are they?
I have 2 daughters. My oldest one is she's what, 41, and my youngest one is 31. So it's 2 daughters. They don't live with me. One's married. The other one's she's lives with her mom. So, and her son. So that's it.
Did you play an active role in raising your daughters?
Yes, I did. I pretty much raised My youngest one, Laura, pretty much did the mother and dad thing. It's of her mom's medical issues and passed. So yes, I did do a big role on raising my daughters. Yes.
And here with your child Ezra, when's the last time you were able to see him?
Right, right on his birthday, last year. We was at a restaurant. Then I think I saw him like that weekend. Then the couple of weekends after that, that's when we had this agreement where we were just everything was fine till I was not allowed to contact one of her family members, and then she cut me off. So she cut me off, and didn't have no access to get a hold of her. I've been trying to get insurance on him for the longest time, but I'm not able to get his social security number to put him on my insurance. But for that, yeah. So
So you
what
have
happened?
insurance available?
excuse me. Yes.
If he has insurance available, why are we setting cash medical?
The mom he just testified the mom hasn't given him the social security and he's not able to put the child on insurance.
Are we able to
Correct.
address that today?
We can address it herein. Yes, I did bring up the issue and he still hasn't received it.
I have not received yet.
Okay, so let's make that a contested issue as well, because the family code requires private insurance if it's available.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I don't know why the government would be providing.
We'll just maintain on the child until we get this resolved.
And it can be a
now-
secondary. I'm not saying it wouldn't be, but I don't know
Right.
why it would be the primary source when there's another option.
Agreed.
Correct.
If
Yes,
it's
Your
reasonable,
Honor.
if it's reasonable in price. I don't know that it is, but
Yes. So, Mr. De La Garza, so his birthday's August 31st. So last summer, what happened wherein Miss Martin said, I'm cutting you off, you're never going to see him? What happened?
Well, what happened when she did that? Well, she cut me off where I couldn't get a hold of her, trying to be able to see my son. And I went to some of her family members, and she pretty much cut them off too, here and there, and some of also her friends too. Martin is really a private person, and she keeps everything private. And I mean, I tried the hardest trying to get hold of her for years, and I've been working with the Attorney General over a year with y'all to try to get paid child support, so I could see my son. And every time we have this conference call once a month, she either not show up or things to get resolved. So now here we are by now at the court hearing, and hopefully my goal is to hopefully I get it resolved today. I do want to see my son. I just want visitation. That's all I want. As a parent, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking, Judge.
And okay, so did you and Miss Martin ever live together?
For 3, maybe 4 years, I supported her. She lost her job.
is that a yes or a no? Like, does supporting her mean living with her, or?
So listen to the question. Did Miss Martin ever live with you?
Yes.
And
Correct.
how many years did she live with you?
I would say 4 years.
All right. Now, when y'all stopped living together, when was that?
I would say his last birthday. Right before his
Okay.
last birthday of last year, of August 31st.
All right. And what happened that y'all stopped living together?
What happened? That's because of her actions that she would not allow my daughter to see Ezra. She kept him away from my family members, all my family members, and she had a drinking problem. She drank every night, and it got to the point where I have a job, I have to work, and we have a baby here, and so it came down to where we got to the point where we couldn't get along. I told her to leave, and then when she left. But then after that, we kind of made some kind of we kind of get along for a while after she moved out, and then I was able to see my son every weekend. And then after a while, when we had this disagreement about me talking to her parents, that she cut me off because I wasn't allowed to talk to none of her family members because of her past.
And what past?
She had drinking, drinking driving with her son in the backseat of the car. And she walked away from a crime scene and with her brother, and he got thrown in jail because of her. And I mean, I got people to back up that story up. But anyway, but far as that, if she's drinking, she drank every night. I
Are
mean,
there any current criminal actions pending against anybody in this case?
I don't believe so. Sir,
No.
do you,
Okay, I
Do
just want
you-
to make sure there's no Fifth Amendment rights that we're encroaching on right now, because there's some pretty serious allegations being
yes,
made.
yes, ma'am.
Um,
Yeah.
Okay.
so are there any, do you have any current pending criminal charges on you, Mr. Garza?
Or Miss Martin.
No, I don't.
Okay, do you know
Nope.
if there's any on Miss Martin? Do you know if there's any on Miss Martin?
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. No, there's not.
Okay, so, okay, now, has there ever been any acts of, verbal abuse or physical violence from Miss Martin towards you or any of your family members?
Pretty much. Yes.
And when was the last incident of this, of her abuse?
I would say in what's a rodeo month at the Houston Livestock Rodeo, and she got into confrontation with my brother.
Just to be
And-
clear, can I just ask a clarification question? The agreements. Was there an agreement as to conservator? Yeah, you agreed to the managing conservator, possessory conservator that you agreed to. That was Mr. De La Garza was the possessory conservator and Miss Martin was the managing conservator. Is that what the agreement is, Ms. Hernandez?
Yes,
Okay, just wanted to be sure. You
right.
may proceed.
Yes, so Mr. De La Garza, what act of violence did Miss Martin, perform towards you or your family?
She called my daughter a druggie. She called my family members drunks. She just a verbal abuse. She drank a lot. She drank every night. And I mean, I still talk to her, one of her best friends, that she tells me everything, which Amanda has done in the past, and then it involved the CPS and all that too. But and then all of her brothers don't even talk to her because he cut her off because of the way she drinks and the way she treats people. She's a really mean person. I mean, we all try to get along with her, and she cut everybody out of Ezra's life. And my parents seen Ezra when he was born. That's it. It was the last time they seen Ezra when he was born, and that's almost 2 years ago. And so she kept him away from all my family members.
All right, and was there any, physical abuse or physical damage done by Miss Martin?
Yes, she has. Back last year in March, the rodeo. We went to a rodeo cook-off, then we came to the house, and her and my brother had a confrontation. I guess she didn't like the way he was talking. Anyway, so she pushed him, and then he was like going after her, and then he stopped, and then she came after him. Then she turned around and got his 85 brand new TV and slammed it to the ground. I do have a police report on that. I could get that, but yeah, she's a violent person. I mean, I
Well,
got people
Did that occur in Galveston County?
Harris County.
All right, and when she broke the TV, was anyone hit by it or
No,
was it? Okay,
no.
so after that happened, did you call the police?
Yeah, police came by. They came by and they were talking to my brother, and she was accusing my brother that he pushed her around, and I didn't have cameras in my house at that time. So they were going to arrest my brother. They took him to the back of the police car. He was handcuffed. So I had to show the HPD the video of what happened, and they saw that, so they let him go. But they didn't do anything to Miss Martin at all. So what they did just gave us a police report, and that's when we had the Ezra, and he was still a baby.
And is that when Miss Martin stopped living with you, when y'all stopped living together?
Yeah, pretty much like probably that a couple of days after that. Yes.
Wait,
Now-
isn't the rodeo in March? Was this during the
March, yeah.
rodeo that, but
I
you said
remember-
you stopped living together in August.
Well, August, yeah, it was probably around August. I'm saying this happened in March, okay? But
I can
after the
clarify. I think,
Okay.
sir,
Yes.
did you mean, were you saying the last time you saw your son was his birthday of last year?
that was somewhere around there, yes. I can't
And-
remember what
and-
month was it.
Okay, well, his birthday's August 31st. Is
31st,
that
yeah.
when you, okay, but the rodeo fight and when she moved out, was that March of last year?
I think so, yes. I'm not sure of the date.
Well, those are the dates you agreed to on the retro, so,
Yeah. Yeah,
okay, so to clarify, I want to be clear, she stopped living with you March of 22, is that correct?
yes, correct, yes.
And you haven't been able to see your son since his birthday of last year in August, correct?
Yeah, it's been over a year, yes.
Okay, now, regarding possession and access, are you asking the court to grant the standard possession and access order where you could have him first, third, fifth weekend, rotating Christmas, Thanksgiving, spring break, and an extended summer possession and access of him? Is that what you want the judge to order?
Yes, I would like that, yes, ma'am.
And do you believe you need any type of supervision with your son?
No, I do not. I do not need supervision. I raised my grandson. I raised two of my grandson like 10 years ago. I had the custody because the CPS problem with with the parents, but no, I don't need supervision. I don't.
So you're pretty experienced at diapers and feeding and getting to
Believe
school
me,
and
yes,
all.
I am. Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, now regarding geographical boundaries, are you asking the court to order that Miss Martin and Ezra only be allowed to reside in Galveston County or any county that touches Galveston County?
Correct. Galveston County, yes. Only.
So you're requesting Galveston County only, is
Yeah.
that correct?
That's correct, yes.
And what county do you live in?
In Galveston County, I just moved here. I moved here a month ago. I'm in Texas City. I'm probably 10 minutes away from Kima, where she lives at, where Ezra's at. So yeah, in Galveston County, yeah.
And do you believe it's in the best interest of Ezra that you have standard possession and access to him and visit with him this often?
Yes,
And do you believe it's in the best interest of Ezra that he remain with his mom in Galveston County?
yes, for now, yes. Yes.
Okay, now regarding insurance, do you know the cost to put Ezra on your insurance?
If I can remember, it was I'm paying, I would say probably 126. That's what I pay a week. That's me and Ezra.
Okay,
That's a week.
so was that for you and him or just you?
That's for both of us.
So you're paying, do you get paid every week?
Yes, ma'am, every Friday, direct deposit, yes.
Okay, so roughly a little over, sorry, I apologize. Let me do the
You're
math.
fine, you're good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so 126 times 52 equals divided by 12. So if it's 546 a month divided by 2, would you roughly say it's $273 to provide health insurance a month for Ezra?
Yes,
And are you asking the court to order that you be allowed to put him on your private health insurance?
yes, definitely.
And even though he's only 2, do you
22, yeah.
he's 2 yeah, do you have dental insurance available?
I have everything, accidental, I have life insurance, I got everything. I have the whole package, the gold plan.
Okay.
But that's through my company, yeah, a job.
And would this 126 include dental, or do you know if it'd be a little more?
No, it's total, everything, 126 a week, that's how much a week, yes.
All right. And nothing further at this time, Your Honor. Pass the witness.
Okay.
Oh,
you
I'm
may-
sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I'm so
that's
sorry.
okay. You
Okay,
can ask more questions if you have them.
I'm so sorry.
worry.
Thank you.
problem.
Regarding your exhibit, sir,
Oh,
you had sent, it's, the document proposed your exhibit A, which was it was provided earlier to the Attorney General. It's a shorthand of some cash payments you made to the mom.
Yeah.
And it's been exchanged, Your Honor. I don't know if you want me to share screen or if everyone can just look at it or which.
does anyone have any objections to her sharing her screen and sharing it with everybody?
Nope, I have no
No.
objection.
Okay. And are you wanting
Okay.
it admitted as an exhibit?
Yes, Your Honor. If we can see right here, this was the document requested by the Attorney General's office of Mr. De La Garza, which he timely completed and provided, and it was maintained in the usual course of business by the Attorney General's office. And we are asking that it be admitted as Respondents Exhibit A for Mr. De La Garza.
Okay. Does anyone have any objection to me admitting NCP's Exhibit A?
No,
No.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to admit this as NCP's Exhibit A.
thank you. Mr. De La Garza, do you recognize this document?
yes, I do. I've sent that.
And is this a shorthand summary from May of 22 to September 10th of 22 of some cash payments you made to Miss Martin for your son?
Yes, that's correct. That's not including other stuff like diapers, formula, clothing, all that stuff like that, and gas and stuff like that. That's not including that.
Okay, and even though it's not here, would you say the total is $1,870?
Yeah,
Now, if I scroll down here, are these your
my
bank
transaction. Yes,
Ye-
statement. That's my bank statement. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and do you recognize these to support your payments to her?
Yes,
All right, now, are you asking the court to subtract this amount of 1870 from any back child support that may be ordered in this case?
yes, I do.
All right, and may I stop sharing at this time, Your Honor?
Actually, can you scroll slower? Because I feel like some
Oh,
of
I'm
these are
sorry.
different than what's on there. But I'm
Okay,
not sure.
I
100,
can't.
and then like the 626 payment, is it on here? I guess one of them is blank. Okay. I thought there was like a $60 payment and I didn't see a $60
There's or maybe
on
it's
here.
30 and 30. Is that what it is?
No, the 60 I thought was on the thing you were scrolling through, but then you moved. I guess I can look through the exhibit and see if I
No,
see
I'm
it.
sorry. I have 100, 50, 50, 100,
Maybe I just
30,
missaw it.
50, 50, 100, 150. There is a 60.
Yeah.
There's
Yes,
a 60.
And I didn't see that on it. And then that made me wonder if it is, like I was trying to go through as you were scrolling against the spreadsheet
Yeah.
to make sure it was accurate. And that made me think maybe it wasn't, but I'm not sure.
Okay, let me go back to the top and see if there's a 60 up here.
And that date, I'll keep it up, is 7/16/22.
I don't see the $60. Do you want
because you got
to
left out.
do you
Yeah.
want to add that $60 to what you
Yeah.
provided to? Okay, so $60. So 1870 plus $60. And keep a tab. All right. So let's see, there's a 60, 30, 30, 50, 50, 100, 150, 60, 50, 50, 100. So Mr. De La Garza, does the rest of this look accurate?
Yes,
All right. And are you asking the court to subtract all these receipts from any retroactive child support that may
Can you
be
go up
ordered?
again? Was there a
Yes.
528? Oh yeah, I see it now. Okay.
Okay, I'm so
Okay.
sorry. Yes.
Mhm. Okay.
correct.
Okay. Now, between March 22 and today's date, did you provide anything else to Miss Martin for your son besides these cash payments?
Besides that, you're talking like the past, I had, yes, in the past, a year ago, I did buy a crib, I bought clothing and gifts and stuff like that. So yeah, I have.
Were you
And
living
you-
together at the time when you bought the crib?
No, it's not. I bought it for her house. And at that time I was, she would let me, I was having visiting rights that every other weekend or every weekend, so I did buy a crib. And she said that broke, but I did buy a new crib for him. And I bought him clothes, bought formula, diapers, et cetera, gas money and stuff like that. I provided that.
All right. May I stop sharing, Your Honor?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So from March of last year till now, in addition to what you testified to, you said gas, was that for her to
Fuel,
drive?
stuff, yes. Yeah, gas in there, or for beer money, whatever.
Did you pay for a cell phone for Miss Martin or
No.
utilities? All right. Do
No.
you have and it is not
How did you
I'm
pay
sorry.
for the gas if it wasn't on that list already?
I just gave her cash. I mean, it's out of my pocket. It was only like $20 here and there. I mean, it's no big deal. I'm not
Well-
asking for that back.
Well, I'm not asking, it's not about back. So what's the total amount? If you can put a number on it, a value of how much you are asking the court to give you credit for towards the back child support.
I mean, if all the stuff that I bought in the past, I would say probably like $4,500 of stuff that bought for her for Ezra. And I know I don't have receipts stuff to back that up, but I did my part raising Ezra as a baby, stuff that he needed, that she requested for.
Okay, you say 4,500, is that in addition to the 1870 and the $60?
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
all right. So you're asking, so to be clear, you're asking for credit towards back child support of 4,500, 1870 and $60.
Correct.
All right, and at this time, Your Honor, I'll pass the witness.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
Okay, Miss Martin, regarding possession and access or visitation, what type of possession and access schedule are you looking for Mr. De La Garza to have with Ezra?
At first, to start off with supervised and passing some drug tests, and then work from there to a step-up plan
Okay, when you say supervised,
at a center,
well,
or
first
by
of all,
somebody agreed
okay,
on.
okay, so let me back up. Why do you want supervised in the beginning?
My son doesn't know him. He brings drugs around. That's why I stopped letting him come to my house, because he would have drugs on him when he
Well,
was
let me
visiting
rephrase.
my son.
When's the last time Mr. De La Garza, first of all, when you moved out in March of last year, where did you move to? You don't have to give an address, but did you move to a relative's home or your own home? Where did you move to?
Oh, I was staying in a cabin till my house was ready to move into.
And was anyone else living with you in the cabin?
No,
Does anyone else reside with you in your home?
just myself and kids.
Okay, when you say kids, do you have other children?
Yes,
And how old are they?
17 and 1.
All right, and have they always lived with you?
Yes,
Okay, and has there ever been any
What-
CPS cases with you and those children?
1.
And when was that?
It was like 10 years ago.
Okay, and what was the
10 plus.
outcome? Okay, do you remember the outcome of that?
Yes, they closed it.
And do you know what it was for?
It was my oldest son's father. He had fallen off of a scooter at his aunt's house, and the scooter didn't have the rubber grips on the end of
Who
the
fell off the
handlebar, and
scooter?
it
The
gave him a
child
big
or
black eye.
I'm sorry, was it the child who fell off the scooter or the ex who fell off the scooter?
No, it was my son,
Okay.
the child.
Okay, sorry, you may continue. It was confusing.
Okay, now, okay, so other than that, but there's been no other CPS cases with you and those children?
No,
Okay, and the fathers of those two children, do they visit their children?
yes. My son was shared.
All right. Do they have okay, so regarding those children, did they have the standard possession and access order or did they have supervised?
The standard.
All right. And when is the last time Mr. De La Garza was at your current home?
It was before, about 2 weeks before my son's birthday.
So is that August of 2022?
Yes.
And was he there for a visit or birthday party? What was the reason?
Visit.
And between the time March 22 and August of 22, had Mr. De La Garza picked up his son and like taken him to his house for a while or gone out to McDonald's or anything with him?
No.
And why not?
I kept finding drugs on him and he would show up drunk.
So did you ever,
And his house
okay,
is not
let me
stable.
ask the question. Let me ask the questions, please. So when you say you found drugs, did you call the police?
No, I just told him the visit was over.
And is there anyone else who can corroborate your allegation?
Yes.
Who?
I have several friends and family members that can, and one of the things
Okay,
they
so-
sent you in the email was a picture of the drugs
Okay,
that I
objection
found.
unresponsive. At the time you say that you found drugs from him or on his person at your home, who was there besides you and Ezra?
Oh, that time nobody was here. I thought you
Okay.
meant like in general from before,
No.
like
So
all of
listen to the
times.
question. So what alleged drugs did you say you found?
It was cocaine or meth, something white and powdery.
And you did
Sir.
nothing? Did you call you? So you didn't call the police or CPS or anything?
Well, CPS is already, they're always at his house regardless.
Objection non-responsive.
Sustained. Please listen to the questions and answer the questions.
When you're saying you
Sorry.
found drugs, cocaine or meth in your home, did you call CPS and report this?
Oh, it was in his vehicle when he came over here. We were getting in his car to go take my son to the park.
Did you call CPS or did
No.
you call the police?
No,
Did you do anything with the drugs?
no,
And was that the one and only time you allegedly found drugs on his person?
no.
And so how many times are you saying there were drugs in his presence and your presence at the same time?
I found bags at least 10 to 15 times.
And this is since y'all stopped living together?
While I was staying there after my son was born.
And
And then the one time in his vehicle afterwards.
so you're saying you chose to live with someone who you now are saying routinely has bags of drugs in the home. Is that your testimony?
Well, that's why I was getting out of there.
So, and since you moved out, you said allegedly one time you found drugs again. Is that correct?
Yes, in his vehicle.
And okay, so out of all these times, did you notify any authorities or anyone about it?
No,
All right. Now, when you say you want supervised visits only, who would you want to supervise these visits?
either a sinner or somebody agreed upon mutually.
Okay, if it's at a center, who should pay the costs for that?
He should.
And when you say supervised, how many visits, like second and fourth, Saturday Saturday or Sunday for a few hours? What do
Yeah.
you describe something?
Yeah, either Saturday or Sunday. It doesn't matter. Or a
And,
weekday.
all right, and how long would these initial visits, do you think they should be? 2 hours, 4 hours? What do you think?
Wouldn't that be up to the center, Ms. Hernandez?
I'm just asking her what she thinks, what she's asking. I don't really know how they work at a center. I'll rephrase the question. If there's a person the two of you agree upon to do some initial supervised visits, how long do you think they should be?
2 to 4 hours.
All right. And do you have the names of any people that you think might be able and willing to supervise?
I have a few people in mind that might.
What about one of Mr. De La Garza's daughters? They're adults. Would one of them be okay to be at the home and supervise for these initial visits?
His actual daughter would be, but not the other one. He only has one daughter, not two. The other one is his ex-wife's daughter, and she's actually got charges pending.
Objection non-responsive. What's the name of the daughter that you believe would be able to supervise?
Natalie Coleman.
Natalie Coleman?
Yes.
Okay. And if the court was to order some initial supervised visits, do you think, how long do you think they should be? For every other Saturday for like 3 months, or what are you thinking?
I was thinking for 6 months, and then if he passes his drug test, move up to a step-up plan.
Well, and what step-up plan are you so a step-up plan, so are you saying a time frame where it's, I don't know, 3 hours on a Saturday, and then after those amounts, then it becomes 3 hours not supervised, and then after that it's all day not supervised, then after that it's overnight Saturday to Sunday unsupervised, and after that the standard possession and access? Is that your comprehension of a step-up schedule?
Yes, but and no sleepovers until after 3
Okay,
years
and he's-
old.
Okay, that might work out because that would be step 4 before the standard possession, the sleepover, as I just described. Now, and if they were to be ordered and his daughter could supervise, that's okay for them to occur at his home?
No,
So where do you want
I
them?
would not be comfortable with that.
So where do you want them, at his daughter's home?
Her home or somewhere public.
Well, winter's coming, so I don't know the park. So residents of like Natalie Coleman, okay, and now
So you're
Rega-
proposing a park? I'm sorry, is that?
are you proposing, do you have a park, like if it's good weather?
There's plenty of parks around here. I've got one in the back of my neighborhood. There's plenty
Okay,
of
so
indoor
ma'am,
play
objection
places.
non-responsive, objection, Miss Martin, what park, if it's good weather, would you ask that these initial visits take place at? Because you said residents of Natalie Coleman or a public place. So what public place, what park are you gonna give us the name?
The park in the back of my neighborhood, I'm not sure the name of it. There's one down the road that's called Bayshore Park.
And are there amenities, bathrooms, things there if it's good weather that people want to be outside? It's, it's not just an empty lot, right?
Yes, no, it's not.
Okay, Bayshore Park. All right. Now, are you asking, okay, regarding health insurance, why have you not provided the information necessary for Mr. De La Garza to insure Ezra?
He has not asked me for it.
Well, that's not what I'm asking you, ma'am. I'm asking you, why have you not provided basic information to Mr. De La Garza for private health insurance?
He hasn't asked to it, and last of my knowledge is that his job didn't offer insurance from what he told me.
Okay, so if the court was to order that Mr. De La Garza carry health insurance, are you going to comply with a court order to provide this information to Mr.
Yes.
De La Garza? Okay. Now, regarding geographic limitations, are you in disagreement with Galveston and any county that touches Galveston where you be allowed to live with Ezra?
Yes, I'd like to expand it to at least just the state of Texas.
And what are your reasons for basically what are your reasons for asking that the geographic restriction be anywhere in the state of Texas?
My family has a ranch in Texas, a working ranch, and they were wanting me to go work on it eventually.
Where is
And
that
where-
located?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, if you're gonna
It's
ask
okay.
that, that's even better.
Where's the ranch located at?
Matador.
And where is that? Like what county or where is that?
It is outside of Fort Worth.
And if you were to go there and work, have you done that before? Have you worked the ranch before?
No,
And what would you be doing there?
running the little hotel they have on there.
All right. But do you have a time frame set in stone? Definitely.
No,
That
we
you-
don't.
Okay. Do you know what county Matador is located in?
Oh, off the top of my head, I don't.
Okay. Nothing further past this witness, Your Honor. Oh, I'm so sorry. I do have, Ms. Martin, do you have any idea the value of items provided to you by Mr. De La Garza for Ezra?
Yes, I have an idea, not an exact.
What amount do you recall?
I would say about $1,000. With the money he sent, because some of that money was to pay me back. Not all of it was for child support.
Well, to pay you back for what?
He let his ex-wife's daughter go into his house when I still had some of mine and my son's stuff there, and she stole it.
But did he replace what I don't know if it was stolen or not, but did he replace whatever you needed?
The only thing he physically replaced and bought was the crib that my sister had lent me.
Okay, but do you know the value of that or anything?
It was, I believe, around 300.
All right, and pass this witness, Your Honor.
Does she have any exhibits she wants to admit?
Do you
Yes,
have any
I emailed them over.
do you want to present them to the court?
Yes.
Okay, so feel free to present them to the court, what they are.
Do I need to send them to another email or?
No, everyone has a copy. I have a copy. I've uploaded them to the court and Mr. De La Garza has a copy, but they're not my exhibits.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I see what you're
That's okay.
saying.
That's okay. Everyone has a copy. They're just not my exhibits.
Okay, let me open them up.
That she's trying to present.
Okay, and you'll get a
Your Honor,
chance to
this-
do that. Yes, Ms.
I'm
Hernandez?
sorry. I'm so
Mhm.
sorry. The state is objecting to
Okay.
authentication. There's no date stamp. What's purported as State Exhibit A begins with a table and two little blue bags. The state is objecting. There's no date stamp. There's no description. They could be sugar, purportedly to be drugs. There's a lady's fingernail. The state is objecting to no foundation and a lack of authentication.
Right, do you have any response, Ms. Martin?
I believe some of them have the screenshots from his phone talking about drugs, getting drugs with people or for people. Those should have the dates on them.
Your Honor, that would be her purported exhibit B. With looks like text messaging, the state's gonna object because there's no names of either parties here. There's no date stamp. So the state is objecting again to lack of foundation, no authentication.
Do you have a response, Ms. Martin? Sir, I'm gonna, you've seen the documents that are being talked about, correct? Mr. De La Garza,
I'm sorry.
you've seen the documents that are being discussed right now, the text messages?
Yes, I have. I've seen them. Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Do you agree that those are text messages between you and Ms. Martin?
Nope.
Okay.
There's no timestamp on that. I mean, it could be anybody else. I mean, I don't know why she's using that, but I disagree.
And ma'am, I have not looked at these documents, so I'm not sure what we're even talking about, but are these conversations between you and Mr. De La Garza, allegedly?
No, they're conversations between him and other people. They're from his phone.
How did you get, that might be illegal, ma'am. How did you get those documents?
A screenshot.
How were you in his possession? How are you in possession of his phone?
He gave it to me to use.
I'm not going to admit these documents, and I'm concerned about the documents. I'll leave it at that. Okay, the state doesn't represent either of you. Is there any, I'm going to give you both a chance to speak on these issues. Is there anything else either of you would like to say?
I would also like, if I can, to ask for a parenting class, and if he could take an ASL class. ASL is the way Ezra mainly communicates right now. He would never learn it before.
Your Honor, the state's gonna object. There's no pleading on file by either party to order parenting class or American Sign Language, and there's no evidence the child is even deaf, so
No, he's not deaf.
No, it's lots of young children learn sign language as a means to communicate before they learn language, before they learn to speak.
Yeah, he's just not really speaking yet, and I'm working with his doctor. She's supposed to be sending me some specialists to send him to see if he's just delayed with this speech or if there's anything more to it.
Have you all spoken about the ASL? Because you haven't let him visit the child since August of, I think it was 2022, or was it 2023? 2022. So whether there was good reason for that to happen or not, I could see him not going out of his way to take a sign language class if he hasn't seen the child in over a year, because he wouldn't have anyone to use it with. But have you actually discussed the sign language issue?
No, I haven't spoken to him in over a year.
Okay. Okay, is there anything else either, let me go back to my initial statement. The state doesn't represent either. Is there anything else either of you would like to say?
I don't think so, no.
I would like to say one more thing before we go further. Mr. Mann, did she ever told y'all she ever had a baby girl that passed away?
Sir, let me remind you what I said in the
Objection.
beginning. I'm not with the state. So any conversations that may have occurred in the, all I know about your case is what's on Odyssey, what's filed, what came out during this hearing. So to ask me a question, I don't know if you're asking me a question. It's not appropriate to be asking me a question, but if you're asking me, you know what I know because you've heard everything I know. And so unless someone filed a pleading talking about that issue, I would have no way of knowing. I don't get to sit and have conversations with Ms. Martin or Ms. Hernandez about this case. That's inappropriate.
I agree.
So this is your chance to talk about issues, relevant issues.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, Ms. Hernandez, I didn't mean to
Oh, no.
Oh.
I was just objecting as like you say, possibly irrelevant, but
Okay.
I'll
Mr.
withdraw
Sir,
my
what?
objection.
Well, no, I'm curious, sir, is this relevant? I don't like people do it. It's hard enough to move forward on these cases as it is with the histories behind everything. But unless it's relevant, I really don't want people throwing allegations out that are just hurtful.
Okay, you got it.
Was it relevant to anything though? I'd hate to assume it's not relevant. I am assuming you said that for a reason.
Mhm. I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay. Is there anything either of you would like to say about this case, maybe in response to some of the allegations against you, or what you think is appropriate going forward in terms of visitation? Or about her family's ranch up in North Texas?
I mean, her moving to North Texas, to Fort Worth. I mean, that would be out of my reach to go see him. I would have a hard time seeing him. That means I would have to travel and pay my expenses to go see him. I don't think that's right, but if I have to do it, I gotta do it. But also I just want to move forward, see my son. I just want the standard visitation. That's all I'm asking. That's it. That's all I want. I just want to be his father.
Sir, what company do you work for?
I work for, it's called TAG Communications. We do a lot of construction for the communications, like fiber coax. It's a corporate company. I do some traveling here and there. I do work from home here and there. I started working for them a month ago, and it's a real good job. I work probably 6-7 hours a day, off weekends, and I got a lot of free time. So that will give me a lot of free time with my son, if I get my visiting rights. But that's what I work for. We do a lot of work for Comcast, Charter, Spectrum, pretty much every communications you can think of, AT&T too. We do all the construction. I'm a project coordinator for TAC Communications. And I do work from home too.
They don't do drug testing though.
Excuse me?
That company doesn't do random drug testing?
Oh, they do. They do. It's a corporate company. They do drug tests. And
So
I
when
do
was the
have
last time you were tested?
before I started, that was a month ago.
And do you have that
Documents?
document? Mhm.
Yes, I sure do.
Is it sitting around you in the place you're located?
I could probably look at my email.
Okay, take a moment.
No, I do have it. Well. I think I misplaced it. I have to look for it. Any chance I could just send you an email copy of it?
Well, the hearing's happening now, sir. It would delay
Yeah.
a ruling. And it would put into question the validity of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't find the copy, man.
You think it's in your email?
Yeah, thanks, email, yeah.
Okay, do you want to take a moment to look in your email?
Okay, I got the information where I took it at. I can send you that one.
Okay, I think I said this in my last hearing. Just so you're all on the same page with how hearings work, I'm here to hear evidence and make
Yes,
rulings.
ma'am.
I can't go investigate. I can't call places on your behalf. That is the
Yeah.
burden of litigants to come ready for court and to present their evidence.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay, does anyone have anything else I'd like to say?
Oh, I do, if I could.
Okay. Briefly?
I would also like to ask if once overnight start, if we can get in there that nobody romantically involved with or of the opposite sex is to stay the night.
And sir, do you have a response to that request?
For request? I mean, I don't think that's fair. I mean,
Are you
But-
currently seeing anybody?
No, not at all. Just dating, that's all. Not seeing nobody, just dating. But is that really for how long? I mean, the time period.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Mhm.
I didn't realize I was on mute. I objected to that request by Ms. Martin because she has no pleading on
Right.
file, and there's been no testimony it's necessary. And if it is to be ordered, it should be ordered for both parents, that
Well,
nobody
yes.
is allowed to have a boyfriend or girlfriend spend
I'm
the
assuming
night.
she was asking for both.
No, I agree, both parents.
But
Right.
I'm objecting
Mhm.
because there's no pleading on file and there's been no
Mhm.
testimony. And the standard order will require that if anyone dates a convicted sex offender, they have to disclose that. So I think
Yeah.
the state has provided enough safety measures for that. And the only thing I ask, Honor, I forgot, is if the court will apportion court costs according to state law.
And I'm not sure, I've had a few hearings today. Did Mr. De La Garza say he's the one who applied for services?
No, it was, I believe Miss Martin. I saw an application by her, Miss Martin.
I thought he said he's been working with you all for a year. Okay.
Did you apply, Mr. Garza, as well? Did you fill out an application with the Attorney General for services to get this case going?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, then it's both, Your Honor. I apologize. Then they both
Yeah.
must have. Yeah, okay,
For a year, yeah, I've been working on this.
okay,
Okay. I'm gonna do a temporary order today.
all right.
There's a lot of serious allegations in this case, on both sides, and I have some concerns on both sides, I'll be honest. This temporary order will both give me a chance to see kind of how things move forward, to better do a final order for your child. It also, I mean, I know you all reset last time to consult attorneys. I don't know what happened with that, but this will give you all another chance to do that if you wish. As part of this temporary order, I am ordering both of you to take a parenting class prior to final trial. And that certificate of completion for the parenting class should be on file with the court or with the Attorney General's office before the next setting. For visitation, I'm going to do a stair-step phase-in. And Ms. Hernandez, was there a proposal for how many periods each phase would be? Like, got you to?
The child's 2.5, so
Oh, they're already 2.5? Okay.
he's already
2.5.
2.5. Yes,
Okay.
well, almost. His birthday was August, so
August,
he's
yeah.
he's already 2. So
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna do and I'm gonna add a twist to this anyway. But I guess
Okay.
what were you proposing? I'm just curious.
I was proposing first, third, fifth weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. Proposing they be supervised by his daughter at his home for 3 hours. I mean, that's just what I'm proposing,
Yeah.
subject to your ruling.
Oh, no, I meant how many periods in each.
Oh,
We lost the mother. I'm
Okay.
assuming she will come back in. I don't think she was mad. I hadn't ruled yet.
No, I think
Yeah.
she got kicked out once or twice. Let's see if she,
Okay.
it could be the connection.
I mean, all I've done
Yeah.
so far is stair steps.
Right.
That can't cause too much havoc, and a parenting class, which she did ask for. So
Yeah.
Right.
I
Let's
have a
see.
feeling she'll come back.
I
Did
think
she
so
lose
too.
connectivity during negotiations occasionally?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah.
Everybody's having a problem. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I had
Miss Eschenberg, if you want to let these other people in while we wait for her, we really can't proceed without her.
Okay.
And I paused the recording.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lujan. Okay, Candace, did you lose connection? You're on mute. Or for whatever reason, I can't hear you. I'm gonna go ahead and assign you to a breakout room. Okay? And Edward, I am going to move you to another one. 11 should receive a pop-up to join a different room. He's probably not even paying attention. Hello, caller. Could you state your first and last name, please? Hello, caller. Person on the phone.
Hello,
Could you state your first and last name, please?
Chancey Wheeler.
Okay, Chancey Wheeler. Okay. Let me put your name on the screen and then I'll put you back in a breakout room.
Okay.
Here she is. Oh, I'll go ahead and put Miss Alexander in a breakout room. Hopefully.
Oh,
Okay, Miss Alexander, I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry,
go
I didn't
put you in a
realize
breakout
my
room.
One
phone was
moment.
about to die.
that's okay. We waited for you. We've been letting other people in.
I'm
No.
sorry.
That's okay. We were in the middle of a hearing, so I'll put you back in a breakout room.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We stopped the moment you blipped out, and we've been letting other litigants in who have other cases pending. Okay, we are back on the record again. So as I said, we're going to do a stair-step visitation. The first phase will be on the first, third, and fifth Saturday. Does Saturdays work okay for you, Mr. Garza, as a starting place?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And man, they work okay for you on a Saturday
Yes.
versus a Sunday? Okay. First, third, and fifth Saturdays to be supervised by Mr. De La Garza's daughter, the one she named
Natalie.
during the Natalie during the hearing, and I think she said that could be at Natalie's house. You were comfortable with it at Natalie's house, Miss Martin?
Well,
Yes.
Okay. And this is just the initial phase, sir. It's not going to last forever.
And I think you asked me, I thought if we did 8 or 10 visits, that gets us through all the holidays, and then I think they can equally share. I don't know if that's what number you were looking for. I don't know.
I'm going to do this for 7 periods, but I'm adding a caveat. Or I'm also requiring that he take a drug test before these periods end, and he has to be positive, or it has to be negative. Obviously, it has to be clean,
yes,
and to progress to the next stage. So before he progresses between each of these periods, a drug test will be taken. If it's clean, he moves on. If it's dirty, he moves back to phase 1. Does that make
Correct.
sense?
Okay, so in between phase 1 and 2, 1 drug test filed.
Yeah.
In between 2 and 3, 1 drug test filed.
And if it's
Okay.
clean, he keeps moving on and progressing. If it's not clean and he's found using drugs, he'd move back to phase 1. So if he makes it all the way to phase 3 and turns out dirty, back to phase 1. If he makes it
Okay,
clean, he moves
understood.
on. And then eventually we get to the standard possession order, and that's when it falls into their random drug test agreement.
Understood.
And keep in mind, this is a temporary order, so you all might go back doing this and come back saying you want something different. So this can be looked at again, depending upon how things progress over the next few months or weeks. But as a starting place, this is what I'm ruling. So it's going to be the first, third, and fifth Saturdays from 1 to 5, supervised by your daughter Natalie at Natalie's house for 7 periods, or until I'm not sure how you word it, Ms. Hernandez, until a drug test
7
comes-
periods and negative drug test.
and negative drug test, yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Assuming he has a negative drug test, he moves on to 1 to 5 unsupervised for 7 periods.
Okay.
If he fails any of these drug tests, he goes back to supervised visits.
Understood.
Okay. And then the next would be first, third, and fifth weekends from 8 to 5 unsupervised for 7 periods. And then assuming passes the drug test, moves on, fails the drug test, moves backwards.
Okay.
And then from there, it would be first, third, and fifth weekends from 6 p.m. Saturday to 6 p.m. Sunday. And then the same with the drug test.
Okay.
And then once you get to the standard possession order, I was going to use your agreement about the mutual drug testing. And for these initial ones, I'm going to have Mr. De La Garza pay for them. But once you get to the standard possession order, it falls into the agreement that you described on the record.
Okay, and then so I guess the drug results, they're sent to the OAG and then we file them, or he files them, or just sends them to us? 'Cause I don't know what the confidentiality is. I'm not sure. I
At the
don't,
very, yeah, maybe he could, to move forward, he has to send a copy to Miss Martin and to the OAG.
okay, but we want to keep chain of custody, but I want to, not to, I don't want to come back and then they look fudged.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just, what were you going to do with the ones that you agreed to?
I was just gonna put that they're filed with the court, but I don't,
That's,
again,
that's fine if you think they'll do that. I don't know if the drug companies know how to do that though.
I know,
Probably not, yeah.
can you, I think, Mr. Garza, so let's say you go get a drug test at LabCorp. Do they have a form asking for you to email them to the Attorney General, and I just give you the legal email, and then I know it came from them, and then I can, I guess, file it in court, redacting names or something like, but then I know there's a chain of custody.
Yeah, I could ask them, yeah.
Because I know that's what we do with DNA, Your Honor. They
Yeah.
send it to us and then we e-file it. So nobody gets a copy until we get in court. So that way we know they're not fudged. Not that I'm saying either one of you would fudge them, but
Yeah,
But then your people doing the mail are gonna need to know to let Miss Martin know that he's moving, because otherwise she won't know he's moving on to the next phase.
yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
if LabCorp or whoever he goes to, I can give him the legal email address, they send it to us, and then I can give just whatever private information I can deliver.
Redact off, yeah.
When I e-file it, I'll e-serve her.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That will
then,
work. Okay.
yeah, so that's what we'll do. And then there's no break in the chain of custody. I didn't download it. So then we'll e-file.
Mhm.
And if we have any issues at a minimum, we'll get it worked out. But I think that's all he has to do.
Okay, that will work.
Yeah, e-file and e-serve CP, and no drug testing for mom, right?
Not
think
with those initial visits, but your mutual drug testing,
We'll kick in at
guess.
the end. Oh, in the
Yeah.
final. Okay.
um,
Okay. And that's what we'll do from the lab.
I
And,
guess though for her, that mutual drug testing will apply from day one, I guess, and she'll be part of that. I mean, I guess you could even have that mutual drug testing from day one. If she wants to do additional drug testing, that would be at her expense though, if they come back negative.
okay,
right?
yeah, that's yeah, we
I
can
mean,
do that.
might-
I'll just-
Now, by all means, sir, like again, this is a temporary order, so if she's asking you to go like multiple times, some oppressive amount, by all means, bring that up when you come back to court. Be reasonable with these things. I don't expect people to go off the rails. But
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'll leave that, not injunction, but that portion, and then if they,
Yeah.
okay, but these court ordered or Mr. De La Garza's responsibility. Okay,
yeah, for that initial phase. And I'm
Yes.
assuming he does this and passes every one of them, it will be just 4 of them. It would be
Right.
Is it even 4? 1, 2, yeah, it'd be 4.
just 4.
Yeah, and then it'll be done.
Okay,
And then so I'm going to order him to provide the insurance through his job.
okay,
Maybe you can even get that information today while drafting the temporary order, so he's sure to have it. Now, obviously not while we're on YouTube.
Right.
Because the world doesn't need to know that information. That would be bad.
Right.
But once you're in breakout rooms again, maybe it can be provided.
Right.
Do we need to recalculate the child support? Because it
Oh,
won't be
yes.
it might just be a few dollars. I don't think it's gonna be drastically different.
me-
But it will be versus 126, it's 2 something now.
yes,
So that will probably be a few dollars, at least maybe 20.
let me pull that up right now. So it's 2, what do we say, 2? For the, I saw it, okay, 220.
Yeah, I think you said about 2. I think you said 273 a month.
I think so, yes, because it was over
Okay.
500. So
Yeah.
273. The child support basically goes down to 102,
1,002.
1,002. So it goes
Okay.
down $30.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
And
And so
then
do y'all
what-
understand? I'm gonna, instead of ordering the cash medical, I'm ordering that he provide it through his job. If you still qualify for the government medical plan, that's fine. It can be a backup insurance. It'll be the secondary, and the private
Okay.
one would be the primary. If that's between DHS and you, though, I have nothing to do with that, and I don't believe the OAG does either. And so that's why the child support changed, because it's a different amount. that's going to go towards the insurance. Uninsured expenses will be 50-50 between the two parties. And then I'm going to order that I'm not sure if I did this yet. She's the managing conservator and he's the possessory conservator. I'm going to order, I believe you asked for the at this time, I'm going to order the non-disclosure finding. And order that they communicate through app close.
All right.
And sir, were you also asking for a non-disclosure finding with regard to your address and phone number?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to order it for both of you and order you to communicate through app close at this time.
Okay.
Again, this can be looked at again when you come back. But I'm trying to keep things as calm as possible for now.
Yes.
And so I'm sorry, what was that number? So it's 1,002 now, the child support?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm ordering the current child support that Mr. De La Garza pay $1,002 each month, beginning December 1st of 2023. And for the temporary order, I'm ordering that Ms. Martin is the managing conservator and that Mr. De La Garza is possessory conservator. For now, I'm doing the residency restriction of Galveston and contiguous and kind of see how things go during this interim period. And then that can be readdressed on final as well and reheard on final.
Okay.
So I'm ordering Mr. De La Garza to provide insurance and dental support through his job. I'm going to order I guess the exchange of visitation will be at the Kima Police. Do you want the initial visits to be at his daughter's house so that no one's driving out of their way to
I think Kim would be better, closer.
Kima? Okay. Well, so I guess for the initial supervised visits, your daughter will have to pick up.
Yes.
Okay. Exchange at the Kima Police. I'm approving the injunction regarding no alcohol or illegal drugs, 12 hours prior to or during visits.
Correct.
I'm going to approve that mutual drug testing provision we already talked about. And then for retroactive support, since I already heard it, I'm going to order a judgment of $17,000 against Mr. De La Garza. And I'm ordering that he pay that back at a rate of $115 a month.
Okay.
Beginning December 1st of 2023. Covers everything. Is there anything you think I missed, Ms. Hernandez? Or in a
No,
strange order.
that's okay. No, because court costs will be in a final and
Yeah.
that's it. And then do
Oh,
you want
let's
me to
pick a date. Yeah.
a date to come back? So this is November, December, January. Is February 5th too far?
No, I was thinking February. Give this some time
good.
to see how it goes. Give him some time
Right.
to get some drug tests under his belt. So we know is that even enough time? Since is it
What
7
about-
visits? Let me just check. It might be. I just want to make sure we have a few before we come back and still have, I'd rather it not just be allegations next time, that we have something to.
Yeah, exactly. How about March 4th? It's a Monday or March
Sure.
6th? Is March 4th work for both of y'all on Zoom?
Yes.
Yes. 3, 4, 23, 8:30. You want 8:30 or 11:30?
8:30.
Okay, 8:30 a.m. on Zoom, 3/4/24. And okay, sounds good. And then if y'all can go back into your room, and it's gonna take me not too long, but a little while to get it.
Yeah, it's a little more unusual than our average order, so it'll take a little bit longer. So just be patient with her. Feel free to do other stuff while you
Okay.
wait. Just make sure your volume's on so you can hear her when she comes into your room.
Okay.
And I'll see you all back in March, and good luck going forward, and we'll see where things are when you come back.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.